fucking drink.
Ooh.
Well, good morning, Vietnam. Where the fuck? There it is, slightly off-center yet again. It's always fucking this thing every time. Every fucking time I start it up, there's a different bloody zoom. What is going wrong with this shit? Bit better? Still a bit off. I'll sort it now anyway. Let's welcome some people in so we can just be less boring whilst I play with the settings. So it's Hidden History with Kenny. It's Hidden History with
Just to let you know, YouTube is a bit delayed because you haven't come.
What's that? What's that? What's that? What's he saying? I don't. What's he saying? I can't hear a thing. Can you, folks? He's just like. And here's somebody that's worried that he's going to get too fancied if he's spotted out in public. Somebody that's like his good looks have to be hidden by his mask because he's like an X-Man, and if he takes his masks off and his good looks get out there, women are going to start exploding, like So here he is. It's exploring within, yeah, and he does.
I won't go that far. I won't go that far on the looks, mate.
Yeah, but he's all right behind the behind the webcam, you see, because but in real life that mask is off. Women will start exploding. Yeah.
No, that's him.
I'll
probably look better with a mask on, to be fair.
Right, let's line up this stupid.
How is everyone anyway?
Oh, very good, thank you.
Yeah, good. I've now got minutes.
You're good too.
Sorry, Ray, I can't hear you.
Eddie must be done with the place you're on about, Matt, because he's in the chat.
Oh, is he? Right, bloody hell.
Eddie, did you get on with that explore tonight then?
Did it work?
Did it really?
Can't hear you, Ray. Take your mask off.
Just stretch this bastard out. There we are. Hey, we're all on now. So we have. This is the technology, folks. Every time you do the bloody stream, it ends up like this. So, yeah. Well, yes. Did you? Don't say where it is, by the way, Eddie. If you do sort of pipe up. But I was saying you want to be careful doing those explores on your own, mate, because yeah, that's probably not the safest of locations by the look of it. Anyway, so say hello to the people in the chat: Daniel Alec, Mark Urbex, Melissa Jones Paranormal, Michael Concour, Frank Triggs, Darth Joking, Acute 33, Angela Cook, Catherine, Anthony Wilkinson, Well Known Unknown, and Amy Gall, Anthony Wilkinson, Jimbo, Adrian, Paul Robbins, Adrian, Jamie L. Who else was Kerno, Exploring Within. Oh, he's bloody here, isn't he? Gary. I'm like all the ones I haven't said so far. That's the way I work it, yeah. AU, Darren McKinney, Exploring Undercover. Who else? Safari 360, Jam, SRAD 750, Roy Hat, Keith Pointer, Exploring with Pete 77, Gary Crew, Rapid Man. Hello, Rapid Man. I haven't seen you for a while. Dinkum Ozzy, who was invited to come on, but apparently he has a massive erection, which if he comes on screen will be sticking up in front of his face. So he said he can't come on because it's that time of the morning when you get out of bed and you've got a massive stalker like that, and he just realizes that people would like rather see him speak, instead of So he can't possibly come on because of that.
Ray was grabbing the stalkers up the ladder, weren't you? The metal rods. What? Why were you holding on to those, man?
Because I was going to fall either
Death
way.
trap. Hold the
Yeah,
ladder.
but the thing
That's
is,
what I saw.
right? The moment you hold on to something else and you've got a balance is outside the thing, your legs are going to split and the ladder's going to go away from you. You just got to hold on to the ladder, even if the ladder is swinging. You hold on to the ladder because you'll always be in one place. But the moment you put your weight onto something else, you'll be splaying yourself out like that. So in my opinion, but what the fuck do I know? Anyway, hello Pigeon Master, Pompey, Dave Williams, Darth joking. Anybody else? Wolfblood Exploring, Simon Broberg. I'm just skipping through them. Haunted Coachman, skipping through them.
Caveman.
Captain Caveman, Robert Cheney, Tracy Jackson, and that's about it. As Dinkum Ozzy, yeah, he's put a pink oboe in there or something, whatever that is.
Pink Winky.
What are those things? A pink? Is it a
Eggplant.
beetroot? Eggplant, right? Yeah.
Or
yeah.
aubergine. What?
Something I've never really had is I don't think I've ever had an eggplant, and
Don't take it dry.
yeah. Don't they self lubricate?
Don't know. I wouldn't know.
If you bang them first a few times, maybe they self lubricate. What about what are those things? Aubergines. They've got like a big nut in the middle of them, haven't they? Is it an
They mean
aubergine?
avocado.
Avocado. That's it. Avocado. Why are they classed as being like posh people's food? They don't taste of anything. They're just bland and horrible. What is it about? Why do people highly praise these?
You make guac from it, don't you?
You make whack money.
Guacamole.
Guacamole. I don't.
Tortilla chips.
It just doesn't taste of anything. It doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway. Yeah. So, I suppose we better try. I'm going to try really hard, and if I, yes, said Ray. If I fail, try and bring me back on track. But
we bring the cake choice, Mr. Kipling, into it.
Yes, yeah.
Remember.
Well, we maybe should have had that, but earlier on when I was talking about Mr. Dinkum, but yeah. You see how I take care and I'm very polite to the people who support my channel. You see how I'm so polite to them. Yeah. Right. I was going to keep on track, which is about the bunker we just went and did, because I can only stay on track for like about 3.5 milliseconds usually until something else.
1 week tomorrow it will be. 1 week tomorrow. Can you believe that? 1 week already.
Yeah, it was a week. Well, I guess we should first start with the short notice I gave you.
Yeah. Or no notice, as in some other cases like we were talking about earlier on. Now I can't go.
Who was that? Who was that before I come on? You were talking about that.
The thing.
Yeah, the thing that you never bothered to invite me to, so I can't come on it now.
Oh, that before we went live, yeah.
Yeah. 0 notice. I'd rather have a couple of hours notice than 0 notice. Yeah.
It took you 3 hours to jump in the car and get down there. But
no,
it took worth it.
It took me 0 hours to get in the car, and it took me 3.5 hours on the road.
Well, yeah.
Yes,
But
I was literally like, right, grab things straight in the car. That was it. No messing about.
Yeah, I was. We were, because Ray forgot his rope ladder. So we would have had to gone to, don't know, where they sell rope ladders these days.
Ray, I didn't know you had a rope ladder. What have you got then?
No. It's not a rope ladder. It's like it's climbing rope.
Right.
I thought you said it was a ladder.
No, it's the one we took to Dover.
So is it one with a big rope with knots in it?
That'd be any good.
No, it's just when we needed it in Dover. It's just hang on, I've got it down here. Hang on.
Okay. Is it one of those ones that's got little footholds? Little footholds that you have to try and push your foot in.
2 seconds.
Okay. See his underpants.
I was under the impression he had a rope ladder. That's what he said in the morning. That's just a rope. That wouldn't have been any good.
What is it?
No, we wouldn't have got down it with that. But that's.
But what is it? How do you actually?
This is fire escape rope. Apparently, I got it off Amazon for £10.
Right. So now, how are you going to use this? I would
Well,
like
Alex
to
you're
know.
not, are you?
Alex saved it. Saved his Eddie's head torch with this. He climbed down down in a well with this.
But how do you use it? It's just a piece of
connect-
rope.
Connect it and climb up it.
I think what he means is on the Dover Explorer, Alex wrapped it around his waist several times to make it tight, and then we sort of lowered him down. But if it was just us at the bunker, that wouldn't really work.
No, it wouldn't have done. That's
No, what I've done like that, but it's harder to use, but it can be done. Is you get a massive piece of rope, and you tie these loops, which are sort of about that long, and then you double, triple tie them. So you just got lots of loops, and then you put a distance, and then you put another loop, and then you put a distance. You keep doing that, so you've got loop, 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 loop. And then it's very hard to get your feet into the loops because you've got to look down, you've got to wiggle your foot to kind of open the loop up. There probably is a way you could get around that by putting on looping in first before you do it, cutting off bits about this big of garden hose, that you do. I was just like garden hose. I couldn't think of the words. Garden hose, and you put those in, and then as you do the loops, you pull a piece of garden hose in, then you tie the loop off, then you pull more of these garden hose bits in, and then what it'll do is it'll self-open those loops. So instead of just being flaccid, flaccid sort of bits like that, flaccid. Rest started right off now, isn't it? Flaccid. Yeah, like that. It'll actually put a shape in there for you, so it starts that shape off, so you can get your foot in. And when you're not flaccid, you can get it in. Get in there.
Get it in.
In there.
Fist it.
Yeah. Get in there, and yeah. So yeah.
No, fair play for your rope ladder, mate. That was well made. Bit of kit.
I got bored of using the one which was just a simple, but it's incredibly light, and you could put it in a backpack. You see, that's the thing with one of those rope ones. There's hardly any weight to it at all, but they are awkward little bastards to use, and you are swinging around a lot more, and you have to look down and get your feet in every time. Whereas with a rope ladder, you can just feel your foot down and feel it, and it's a lot easier. So yeah, and they're not that hard to make as well. Like somebody said in the chat earlier on, they said you should do a thing saying how to make it, and I think I got a feeling I did actually film me making it. Is it not on the channel? Did I not put it up on the channel? I think I filmed it, but it's probably one of those forgotten videos that I never actually got round to doing. That's a good point, actually. Whoa, what am I doing here?
Eddie just sent this across. You can actually buy.
You can buy those. Have you seen how expensive they are?
No, no, because yet again, it's just a.
Yeah, they're great.
Eddie,
they're a great idea.
The chat?
They're not cheap, and that's the thing is with that rope ladder, I just got 2 bits of rope and a load of wood, and just cut the wood into size and drilled holes in it. Job done. Right, but those little bits of stitched material, like webbing, it's webbing basically. They can be like hundreds of pounds, like £100+ for just a bit of webbing with a bit of stitching on it. It's bollocks. It's complete bollocks. And the reason they charge so much money is because they're used by climbers. Again, they're very lightweight. You can put it in your pocket, and then you climb down with a minimum amount of stuff on you. That's why they're so expensive. But yeah. And somebody said, "Oh, why did
£135?
Told ya, I told ya."
133.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy, and I mean, you could make my rope ladder for about 30 quid, probably. With the wood and the rope. Yeah. And somebody said in the chat, and I totally get what they mean. They said, "Oh, Matt's rope ladder looks like a kid's toy." But it isn't, because as you see, we've used it many times. It works, and it's light. Yeah, it's really light. You can put it in a Lidl's bag. And they said, "Oh, you want to have a stainless steel one?" Well, stainless steel, very heavy.
How are you going to bend it?
Yeah, and they don't wrap up, because the wires that are in there, those metal, what do they call them? The metal wires. made out of like twisted metal wires. What do they call that now? Shit. What's the terminology for that? Tell us in the chat. Yeah. But those you can't do them up too tight, so they make this huge bundle. And you try lifting that up, it probably take two people to carry one of those along to a location. You know, they're not light at all. So the wooden rope ladder is actually one of the lightest things I think there is, in fact. So cable, yeah, steel cable. Thank you. Cabel, even, yeah, steel cabel,
yeah.
steel cabel. So how did I attach the wood to the rope? Well, it's quite simple. Once you get the wood like that, you just drill 2 holes in it, and you just do that many times. You've got all your wood prepared, and then what you do is you get the rope and you push it through, and then you get it to the length you need, and then you tie knots at the top like that, right? And then you bend it round and go back through the rope itself, and then go down to the next part, and then you put another slat on. And then you put a knot by the slat, or you do the knots first, then you push it up to the slat, then you wrap the rope around and go back through, and then it sort of goes down. And the idea is that provided you have the rope the right way up, then as you put weight on each one of these pieces, it actually has the rope all the way round that to start with, so it's taking all the tension. Whereas if you have the knot is on the bottom of the rope, if the knot is on the bottom of the rope, then all of that goes onto a tiny little spot that's where the knot is. So it's likely to put pressure, and it might slip through the hole, or it might also weaken it. So what you do is you put the knots at the top just as a spacer, and you actually wrap the rope around, and you go back down, and it's like it goes through itself and back down, and that way all of the rope that's around the wood takes up the tension and then transfers it in a different way. But it works. It's easy to do. You just got to get a little system together. You have to do it out of back garden, and you need to pull it tight because you want to make sure there's no give, because otherwise you'll amplify mistakes you're making. So it'll end up, instead of being a rope ladder going down like that, it'll end up going down like that, and it'll be off at an angle, So you've got to keep pulling it taut and making sure if there's any mistakes, you can get it out. You get it out the next one. So you might have one that's a little bit like that, but the next one can be like that, and you'll get rid of the mistakes. Doesn't have to be absolutely accurate, but that rope ladder would take my weight 20 stone. I would imagine it probably would. But, again, if you're not sure about these things, what you should do is, on ground level, is you just try it tied to a tree. And I mean, if you're worried about the weight, what you do is you take an extra rope down with you, and you get somebody to wear a harness, and you safety rope them, and then you send them down, and you just basically I've got a release thing, which you put the rope through it, and it locks, and then there's a little handle, and as you pull the handle, it lets the rope through at a slow sort of pace. And if you go too much, or if you let go, either of those things will stop the rope. So it's like an emergency safety system. It'll never go into fast mode. If you go too much, it'll stop, and if you let go, it'll stop. So it's and they're about 40-50 quid to buy. So, and I've never really used them either, but they're there. Well, I actually used it on something that none of you have seen yet, and when you see it, you're going to go, oh yeah, because we did actually do a rappel down somewhere into something really cool, but I can't show you yet. We're keeping it very secret for quite some time. It's been months. Okay, it's been months, and it's going to be a few months more, and there's a good reason why we're keeping it secret. But we did that, and Jordan had that stuff in his car. He had his abseiling gear in his car. So I thought, I'm going to start carrying it with me, because you never know when you need it. You never know.
Yeah, it's like your rope, Ray. Always have it in your car.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it came in handy. 89 quid's worth of kit being saved by that rope. So it's not like it's gone to waste yet.
Mm.
Yeah, good little mission that was. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, because
The O
the
light
the
recovery.
beauty with a rope is that you can get
Hang
these
yourself.
little ascenders, and what they do is they go on the rope and then they won't go down. They'll only move up. So you attach yourself with a harness and you put it on, and then you know that like that thing you were on about that ladder that was 135 quid. You get
Yeah.
you get a cut down version of one of those that's only got about 3 rungs, not like loads. Got like 3 rungs, and you attach that on the bit that you're hanging from. So the bit that will only go up, you attach that. So it's got 3 loops, and then you basically lift your knee up, put it in one of the loops. You pull yourself up, hold yourself, and then you push the ascender up again. And it's like
Yeah,
so.
I've seen those.
Yeah, you use 2 ascenders. You'd use two things. You've got the puller is on the lower one. The one that you put your feet in, the loop, is on the lower one. So you pull that down, and then you push yourself on that one up, and then you pull up the bottom one, which has the loops on, and you just keep doing that, and you can ascend a rope just on a piece of that stuff like you had then, the braid, or what's it called? That shit, I forget the names of things now. The not braid. What's it? What do they call it when you
Wanking. Oh.
wanking? Yeah. What do you call it when it?
Trafficators.
That's the one. Yeah, things that made out of nylon, and you got like across you when you are in a car and you get into an accident. You know, your safety belt in the car is made out of.
Shite.
Fuck, I've forgotten the word. I said it earlier on. I forgot what the fuck it's called now. But it's quite expensive stuff. Yeah. Anyway, they'll tell us in the chat. So,
There's a message from
what's
Sean in the he's Sean Creswell. He says, got another dig at the moment, quite close to where we were the other day. Similar layout.
it's cruel to tease and not say. Yeah, I can't though. Fiberglass ropes would be lighter but more expensive. Yeah. Yeah, I've got a brand new rope I've never ever used. 60 quid. I can't remember if it's 100 meters or something. Webbing. There you go. Webbing. Thank you. Webbing. Fuck knows what it's called, says Neil Harris. Absolutely. Kevlar. No, that's a bit
Kevlar.
expensive. Kevlar. That's the next level up again. Kevlar. Yeah, but that webbing stuff is quite good because it's lightweight, but it's pretty strong. Yeah. Kerno says we've got over 300 meters of rope, descenders, ascenders, the lot. Yeah. Yeah, it's great. It's great stuff. Like, I mean, you can see like the simplicity of it, but it's like just using it, just having the balls to use it. Really, you know, it's like you've got these hand grips that slide up, and they're your sort of like ascenders, and they lock, but they'll slide up, and they got grips on them, and yeah. It just looks like it's like, how am I going to use that to get up there? What do I do? You know, and it's like, well, you put this over that, and you put your foot in a loop, and you go, and it's like, and then you up and. But yeah, if somebody's never done it before, it might be a bit sort of scary the first time to kind of get them to go over the edge. But anyway, right, as we say, I'm off now. I'm off on a tangent again. Right, right, bunkers, lads. What did you think of bunkers? You were the guys who told me about it, so. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
one of the best ones we've been to.
Yeah, I told Ray and Alex, I think, literally. Well, no, I told you first, Ray, I think, like probably 10:30 or something.
I didn't even see it because my phone was on Do Not Disturb.
Because originally we were going to go down there. I honestly didn't think it'd be open. I thought it'd be too late because obviously I heard reports from people that it was going to be literally sealed probably that week. So to save wasting people's time, we were going to go down there, see what the deal is. We went down there, and yeah, it was open. So literally got on the phone to Matt, like, you need to get down there now, because it was due, we went on the Saturday, didn't we? And it was due to be filled in the following Monday, so this Monday, and it has been sealed now, I'm told.
Well, this is it. We do we know for certain? Because I mean, we said we would say that it's obviously been sealed, and the likelihood is it has been sealed.
I
But
think I've seen or been told it's been sealed now.
Wasn't it Sean that said it? Sean, I know you're in the chat, mate. Did you say it was sealed? I'm sure that's what it was you that said it.
I would love to see a photo of how they've sealed it. If anybody goes past there or wants to chance their hand, if they live close and they want to chance their hand and see where they can get in. You've seen what equipment you need, by the way, folks, and that's no joke. Don't go trying to climb down those bloody those pegs on the side. I mean, if you come off there and you'll just impale yourself, whack your head on. Nah, it is not worth it. So,
like you said at the end of your video, Matt, there's easier places out there to explore. Don't risk it.
yeah.
It's the fact that the first guy that we saw before Matt turned up told us it was a sinkhole.
Well, no, he didn't tell us that. I put that word in his mouth to see what he'd say, because I asked him what is it, and he was like, "Well," so is it a sinkhole? Is it? And he was like, "Yeah."
So let me get this right now. Up on a dark, windy moor, you saw this bloke and you asked him. Asked him. Well, I was going to say about could you see his sinkhole? Yeah, right.
Yeah,
fair enough. Okay, it was daytime. It's even worse, Steve. I mean, come on, there could be children around.
Yeah, have some digging too.
Find a frigging bush, man.
Yeah. Well, why a bush, mate, when there's a massive bunker?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Should both jump in a big dark hole.
Sean's going to check it tomorrow.
Is it too far for you? Because I mean, don't go crazy, mate. It's just if you were in the area, yeah. I mean, it's just because I'm curious. I'm just curious what they would have done. Is it going to be just a little, I don't know, a little, concrete thing that could easily be lifted up again, or are they going to do the big number on it, and sort of properly stick concrete down there and
I'm intrigued to see what they do.
Well,
but I mean, yeah, fair play to the people that opened it up.
Yeah, well, did you say there was a tree down there and a load of concrete as well, or were you taking the mickey?
Well, yeah, I read a report, two tons of concrete, and I think prior to that, someone put a big tree stump down there as well.
That was what was it? People found that small hole. The one that you tried to push up that's got earth on top of it now. But if you knew where that was and you dug the earth back, there is a liftable.
The one up the little steps.
Yes, but
there's concrete on that now that's been shoved through that red. So that I think that red door's been removed and there's concrete being pushed down.
Oh,
I'll send a photo of it.
Sure.
Yeah, so I think they're like got the other entrances on their radar, and they're just filling them all.
Darth Choking says urination in the bunker would be a bad move. Well, the thing is, we got in there with no spores or black mold in there, but we just wanted to make sure that if anyone else tries to get any videos from this point onwards now, right, it's been concreted, right, it's been sealed. And if you go down there, you're going to get every disease that us three have got. Well, two at least. I think Steve probably peed around the corner, so he wouldn't tell. But, yeah.
And it was in a urinal, not on the floor. So
yeah, it was in a disconnected urinal that no longer goes to the sewers. So I mean, come on, folks.
Rude not to use it.
Yeah, come on. I mean, we were trying our best. I mean, I was saying, they were saying you can't use the toilets because the toilets are broke. I said, well, I'll take a shit in the urinal then, so. And then get Ray and Steve to just wash it down, sort of, come on, boys, time for a pee. Yeah.
When you got to go, you got to go,
Yeah.
We don't normally do that, but it's just...
What I noticed, actually, watching Matt's video, obviously I didn't see that on my own video, is me climbing down, and you're just fucking chucking the glow sticks on my head. That's bloody annoying, that was.
Yeah, it could have ended badly if you looked up and you got a glow stick in your eye. Yeah.
But the glow sticks are a good idea, wasn't it?
Yeah, on a serious note, it was because the security guys that she said to us, if we hadn't seen that, we would have put the concrete slab back over.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the end of the world if they did that. It would have been seriously tough to remove that by ourselves, but we could probably at least get a light and flash it through the top to alert them we're there.
I
don't
think
think we removed it on our own.
I think we could have, because I watched Ray and the way Ray picked it and flipped it. I was like, yeah, you could. All you do is you put your hands up straight and then pressure yourself against those, little rungs that we were thing, and just.
The thing is, though, we
we
lifted that concrete slab, so we know how heavy it is,
and
it is heavy.
You'd be surprised what you can do when you're desperate. When you're desperate, yeah. But you could have got a phone signal there and alerted somebody at a push,
At least we didn't find out. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what, £5 for all those glow sticks? It wasn't that bad.
It was £1 for 2, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We got a bag of 4 or something.
Well, £1 for 2, so £20 would be 40.
For the sake of a load of aggro, not getting out.
Yeah. Well, I've just got some sent to me because after that I thought that is a good idea, and I'm going to take some with me in my thing. And what were they? They were £11 for 25. So that's about the same sort of money, isn't it? Hang on, 11 and you get 20. Yeah, 11.25. Yeah, that's about the same sort of money, and that's delivered to your door. But I found one place that did them, so you got 32 for. Oh, not much more. I can't remember how much it was now. £12 or something. Yeah. So. Oh, what's this? Wacky Welshman says he got a huge police response for something minor and we was mistaken for robbers. That's right. Somebody was. Was it these guys? They were arrested the other day, and somebody sent me a thing and said, "Oh, what's going to happen because we were arrested in a place?" And I said, "Well, guess where it was? It was the manor, Tottenham House. Tottenham House. Sorry, yeah. Tottenham House. Somebody went up there and they said that they were arrested for being in an enclosed space. And it's like, right, okay, what, like a house, like, a toilet, anywhere that, so you can be arrested for being in an open air space, or you could be arrested for being in an enclosed space. Can you be arrested for being halfway between an enclosed and if you stand on the threshold between the two? What sort of fucking crime do you get arrested for 2 crimes then? Being in an enclosed and an exposed space. It's like, fuck's sake. So anyway, they said, are we going to get in trouble? And I said, well, if you didn't break in and you didn't have anything that looked like tools or anything nasty on you, and you didn't have your pockets full of stuff you'd nicked, I think they haven't got they haven't got anything on you. So basically, no, they'll drop the charges. But I mean, this is why it's a good idea, folks, to not take any type of tools, even if it's just like a screwdriver or something like that. It can seem innocent, but the police will construe all sorts of shit out of that. Really not worth taking anything. I mean, you'd even find you'd have problems if you had a penknife on you. They'd probably try and, because it might have like a screwdriver on the penknife,
Yeah.
So yeah, what's this? Arrested for having a shit. Yeah.
But yeah, I think we were down there at least 45 minutes before we got caught.
But they were really good about it though, because they wanted to go down there themselves, but they didn't. They weren't allowed.
Yeah,
it's always good having decent security.
3 of them though, bloody hell.
What you find though, a lot of the time is when your first encounter with them, they don't know who you are, so they don't know what they're going to expect. So they have to be on guard and they have to be really intimidating. And then once you get talking to them, and they obviously realise you're not a threat, they calm down, and then you actually have a decent conversation with them, and they turn out to be all right.
Mm.
So that's
they were nice, nice blokes. So, did you see? I can't remember. Was it on your footage, or was it on mine? I can't remember now. But
handshake bit.
The handshake. He's like he gave me his hand, and I went, "All right, mate." And he's like, and I was like, "No, I don't need to be pulled out, thank you." Yeah, it's like, "All right, mate."
That's my face. Yeah, that's brilliant.
I thought he recognised me. He's like, "All right, mate. Yeah. Nice to see you. You a fan?"
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it was good. I mean, it didn't seem like we needed to explore too much more down there because we'd seen it all.
We've done it,
But
luckily. Yeah. But yeah, it was a
yeah,
cracker. Really enjoyed that one. Hope you guys did as well.
Well, it's worth a drive up there. I'll tell you that for sure.
it's
Yeah, for
funny.
sure.
It's funny though because after going to all that trouble to go to that place, I know for you guys it's probably like wow, but like about 5 days later, I got to go in this bunker, which is you're going to see pretty soon, Portland bunker, and that is mental because it's got a big ladder to climb down it. You know, it's like vertical ladder straight down, and it's
I was
got a
amazed watching that.
yeah. These
Looked
guys
really
have seen
scary,
the preview video of it. I did, you know, and
It was insane.
and if anybody wants to send any money on PayPal, it cost me about £200 to do that explore. Yeah.
It's probably mostly the insurance for that.
Yeah, I mean, I had to
So,
pay
yeah.
100 quid for insurance, public liability insurance, because the people said, "Well, look, we can't let people down there because of the state it's in, and the climb, you know, and you have to have your own insurance." So I went and got insurance, and then my choice, I paid £50 to the, you know, to donate because these people run a farm. So I just, you know, like for the food for the animals, it's like donation, there you go. And of course,
Fair
about
enough, yeah.
40 odd quid, 40, 50 quid to get down there in petrol. But it was totally worth it. But on one level, I was a bit like, I've just done one of these at Beachy Head because it's practically the same. It's
Noticed watching
almost
your
the
video,
same. Yeah.
the layout. You know the big room with the red steps.
Mm-hmm.
It was basically identical. Obviously, the one we went to, all the internal walls had been knocked out. But yeah, it did look so much similar.
Yeah. And there was no way I could have walked up on that. Oh, people don't know what we're talking about, but there was a gantry in this place, and it actually had a different layout because they had a room which was going to have a projector in the underneath. I've told people about these. This was the one that actually had it. It had a really deep room which had a projector which used to project up, so people could look down and see a projection on a screen, and then draw things on it and move stuff around on it, you know, on a screen. And yeah, that had its own balcony, and it was completely rotten. So I'm lucky I didn't attempt to walk on that because I would have gone through. Anyway,
How bad your Bovlov screen, Steve? Because you smashed that.
Yeah, so probably just the bottom bit of the screen is a bit damaged. I mean, I can still make out, I can still see it, but when you're filming on the Bovlov, you're not really using the screen anyway. It's more of just a body cam.
I mean, the main thing you need with that screen is it on? Is it recording? Once you got that, you just
Exactly.
you turn the screen off and
Yeah.
forget about it, don't you? Yeah.
But it's still usable. It's only on the bottom portion of the screen. I don't know if you saw my video of it tumbling.
No, I didn't see the tumbling bit.
Yeah, I kept that in my video.
Oh, I didn't see that
Just be
bit.
fun.
Yeah, shit.
But yeah, it goes tumbling down. It sounded horrible. But it wasn't the magnet, it failed. What happened was I think it got caught on the rope. And you know the clip on the back of the Bovlov that goes down into the mount? It somehow, the rope got caught on the camera and it rose up out the magnet mount. And then it just fell.
Hey! No, Explore Norfolk is just an £85. Awesome job, lads. Once in a lifetime opportunity. Just goes to show what you can find if you actually do go out and explore. Indeed. You know, luck comes to those that make it. You know.
What was funny at the boarding school?
What was funny?
That's to you, Ray. Because you just replied.
Let me reread that. I've got to remember. Something about keeping Matt warm or something. They put.
Because we did the boarding school, didn't we? The week before, or the week before that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, he says, Ray, you're a number 1 star, refusing the offer to keep warm with Matt.
Yeah.
I can just about remember what that was, and
I'll tell you what, we needed a mask for that explore. Especially when
Yes.
we got
Yes, Matt.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. Well,
Oh,
maybe,
God.
maybe what you needed is some of that Vicks. You just like put it on like Hitler moustache, like, and you know, sort of. Then you can't smell anything. Then
I think that still
Just
would get through.
uranium.
we just something for the security guards who turn up later that night and go, "Where are they? Where are? Oh fuck, you know!" Like,
Yo,
Jesus.
Tinsk. How you
Yeah.
doing, mate?
Yo, mate.
How you doing, Tinsk? You gotta get
On
your
time, mate.
arse back out, mate. Come on.
Yeah, we need to arrange something soon, mate.
Yeah, get your arse out. What was I going to
Not
say?
literally.
So, well, yeah.
Maybe we should have a
Saucy.
reunion down Bethel Quarry.
Yeah, reunion.
That means we've got to get Taffy down there. Yes, mate.
Well,
Yes,
we'd
mate.
probably have to dig the bloody thing out because the farmer
Yeah,
is going psycho about trying to like seal it up all the time. But Ian M5AXA, who's a radio amateur, he said, "Did I play with the amateur radio gear the guy owns in Fancy Farm?" Now, actually, I did see the antenna, and I felt like I should ask him. I should say, "That's HF, isn't it?" Yeah, and say, "Is that yours or was this original?" And I think it would have been the guys. And I did think to myself, like, well, if he's got a radio up here, bloody hell, this is an amazing location to have a radio because he's right on the edge of a drop off of a cliff, and he's facing France. And I mean, like, bloody hell. I mean, he is going to get one hell of a signal where he is. And if he wanted to as well, I mean, he could put up something really quite high there. But he probably wouldn't need to very much. But yeah, I did spot he did have a radio ham kit, but I forgot to ask him. I just forgot, you know, because I had so much else I was doing. When I got out of doing the bunker, I was flying around for about 40 minutes on the drone, and some of that footage is unbelievable because I actually flew all the way around the west side of the island. So I went beyond the prison because you can't fly over it, right? So I went round the side, down, over the docks, round the side of the prison, and all the way back round. Now, if I'd lost signal, I'd have been quite in the shit because if anybody knows about drones, if you lose a signal when you're around something that has a no-fly zone on it, it can't go through the no-fly zone to return home. So if you lose your signal, it'll just go doing on the edge of the no-fly zone until it runs out of power, and then it'll land wherever it is. So you've got to kind of work out where it is at that point, which is not easy. So anyway, I just thought I'd mention that. Here we are. M5AXA says he offers licensees access to it if they donate to the farm. No way! Well, maybe if I go back down there on some type of return journey one day, which I think I probably will, but not to see the bunker, maybe to go and do some other stuff, I might pop in and say hello, and yeah, we'll have a look at what he's got. Or you could take your own kit, couldn't you? You just plug into his aerial and off you go, like, you know, risk your own kit, not his.
Are you thinking of changing your bottle off, Matt?
I am actually, yes. I am. Yours has got a slightly brighter image. It's like definitely sees better in the dark. And that's without the infrared even. It's just it's a brighter image in the dark, I think, and it does look pretty good. So there we are. Jimbo says, and yes, put them in, if you want to ask us questions, put them in capitals, like Jimbo's just done. If you put it all in capitals, we'll realise it's a question for us. And he says, what Boblove am I using? Well, I'm using the Amberella chipset one, which I can't remember what it's called, but I would recommend you get the one that he's got, because I've compared them, and he's got, because it turns out they're actually better. Yeah, T5 Boblove.
Yeah, T5.
It's got more infrared lights on it, plus without the infrared lights it sees better in the dark, so it's all round, and I think it's got a slightly better processing in there, because the writing, you can just see everything's a lot sharper, you know, like on mine it's like an older kind of writing that, you know, it's just not quite as pin sharp, so I think he's got the better one.
And we've tested them when falling down ladders or falling down sets of stairs in bunkers, and they perform very well. So
yeah, my next thing I'm going to be doing is, you know, I got my my mouth guard, and it goes like that. Well, what happens is that goes like that, and my light is here. So it cuts out the light and it obscures my vision when I'm doing stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm getting something like this, which is a plate that you get for things. And I'm going to get a plate. This isn't the one, but I'm going to get a plate, which is a thin plate. And I'm going to bring up the mouthpiece to about halfway. So it's about there. So when I put it in my mouth, it's going to be like that then. And I can see over the top, or maybe higher. Might be even be higher than that. It might need to be quite high. But yeah, so when I flip it up, yeah, it needs to be about there really, so I can just see over the top of it, because that means I can, do what I'm doing better. Because it bugs me when it's in the way. I'm often kind of like, needing to see what I'm doing. So that's the only slight disadvantage I've got with that setup, but I can live with it. I mean, it's done me really proud so far, but yeah, that's the next thing I've got to do.
Sean was just saying in the chat earlier about the DOE and Dovo. We need to get you in there.
Yes.
And now
But
you're
at the time, you kidney stone issues. It wasn't ideal, was it? Because it was. I don't know if you watched the video, but it was a lot of small gaps to get through and climbing and weird angles to get through. So
Yeah, well, I just leave a trail of blood out, blood,
think you'll be right now.
pee and blood for you to crawl in, like through the gaps. Yeah, you'd be all right.
But yeah, Bovlovs were ideal in DOE.
saying that I do. I might, if we do go back there, I could redo my footage because I didn't get much footage really because my Bovlov was dead.
You haven't put yours out yet, have you?
No, because I got so much footage to go through.
Yeah, I hated it. It was a mission. Thing is, though, the Bovlov was good for that because it doesn't matter if you get it dirty. It's designed for that. It's rugged, and it's easily you just wipe it off with a cloth.
But I was thinking
Where
about
a phone, you've got charging ports, you've got speakers. Get dust in that, it's all over.
But I was thinking about getting an action camera, but
You'd have to be an action man then, those Ray. Surely.
I'm getting better. You've got to admit.
I like the way Matt, on the way out, when we went in for security, Matt's like, Ray, I think you're going to struggle with this one because you got, what was it? Short ass syndrome or something.
Stump ass syndrome.
Stump ass, yeah.
The stumpy ass, the stumpy bum.
I found it a lot easier climbing up than going down.
It wasn't because I was saying that he had a stumpy arse. I mean, I'm sure his arse is just wonderful and is the pride of 3 counties, I'm sure. But no, the height thing, the height thing is an issue with that stepladder because I made it so that the top couple are a bit longer because I thought, well, I'll experiment to see what it's like if you make them a bit longer and a bit shorter, so that all the bottom ones are all like small, but as you get to the top they get bigger, and I just thought he's going to have such a reach to do the last one, it could be a problem. And I could have got around that and fixed that problem by, there was loads of stepladder still left that was dropped down, and all we had to do is just pull it up, so those top ones, which are the long ones, would have been out of the way, and then it would have actually made life easier because you could grab them as you were lifting yourself down.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be as fun to film.
Stump ass would have had an easy time then. So, and we like to see him flailing around like this and holding onto metal bits. Yeah, the stumpies. It's all right. I take the piss out of my dog like this. My dog's affectionate name that I call her is Stink Arse. She hasn't got a stinky arse. She's pretty good actually, but I just call her like Stinky and Stinky Butts.
Sean says, "Don't talk to me about height issues." I don't remember Sean being short, but even if he is the same height as you, Ray, he's pretty good at climbing and crawling through narrow gaps, as we saw.
Yeah.
Puts us to shame, to be fair.
Now, do you want me to tell people? I tell you what, folks. Right, I've given you the opportunity, lads, but you don't want it, right? I've told you about this lamp offer, but I'm gonna share this because this is an offer that is not gonna get repeated. I'm telling you, folks, right? So check this out. I've purchased this, right, on Amazon. Oh, bollocks! What have you done? What's it done? Why did it go there? I didn't click it onto anything else. Let me just zoom it in for you. Right, this torch here, right, is a throw light. So basically, it has a very thin pencil beam, which normally I hate them. They're useless for filming because it's a pencil beam. So you need to have a floodlight, a wide light, and that's the best type of light to get. But however, right, because of the brightness of this is a monster, right, and it's a huge torch as well. It's actually it's like that wide, the end of it. It's not like a little baby thing like this little head torch we use, which is like a teeny weeny little thing like that. This thing's like that. So and it's got 4,400 lumens, but in a pencil beam, it's a searchlight. Now you look at the price and you go, oh, it's 134 quid, which is actually a massive reduction on what they normally cost, which is about £170, right? But guess what? There's only 4 left in stock because I bought one of them, right? Have a look at this thing down here. Can you see it where it says, hang on. Can you see where it says voucher? Right? Now, I don't know if everyone is applicable to this, but I'm an Amazon Prime member, okay? And there's a thing there, and it says, if you tick this box, you get 35% off. So that's all you've got to do is tick the box. And I did. And it brings the price of this torch down to £85. Because I think it said earlier,
yeah,
£85 for this monster searchlight torch. Yeah. Now I love my big one, which is the TN36 Limited. That's something like 16,000 lumens, or it's a lot. Yeah.
Yours is 11,000 lumens.
Which one?
Your normal through night is 11,000 lumens. Mine's 4,000.
You mean the TN36 Limited? It's the limited edition one. Does a boost. TN36.
Right.
Yeah, limited. I'll look it up now. But anyway, the thing is that power is lost by the fact that it's going wide. So a lot of that power is gone. Yeah, but with this, because it's got just the same amount of power, but just going in one straight line. It should be quite a good little searchlight. This.
I'm just having a look now. Our through night ray, the same one Alex has got. It's 60 quid. There's a 30% voucher as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's even dirt cheap. So that's going to be less than half price of what we paid for ours.
Mm. Oh,
I might
Christ.
get a new one then if they're all on offer.
I looked at this screen before I fucking thing, and it did have my address on it. And I looked at it, I was like, it hasn't got my address on it, has it? Fucking did. Yes, it did. Fucking did. Bollocks to you.
I never share my screen on live screens because
every fucking time. Every time. I honestly, I cannot help but, yeah. Every time. So I'll have to take the video down now and blur it and then put it back up. So, yeah. Anyway, so let's have a look at, Google, right? What is it? So it's a TN36 Limited, right? It's 11,000. You're right. It's 11,000. I thought it was 16,000, but it's 11,000. It's still a lot, though. It's a lot. But, yeah. I mean, you can see they're £131, Well, they're more like, to be honest, in the UK, there we are. They're more like 160, 170, and I was correct because it's about 185 there, look. So, but they're good. They're good because they're wide. So, it gives you an example of what I was using that down in the film you just saw. I was using it in the bunker down there. Little bit of a hot spot in the middle if you're too close, if you're shooting it at a wall straight in front of you.
That's the issue with our ones when we're like doing short range things. Get like a central beam.
Yeah. So this is not too bad. These are pretty good.
I was saying to you, I want to get one of those, but
yeah. But the thing is now, it's called that's the H2R Nova, and they're becoming rather rare because they've now moved across to the Perron, and the Perron is exactly the same design as this, except it doesn't have the Fresnel in it. So the Fresnel takes the light and just sprays it out sideways, so it becomes a floodlight. Yeah, and the Perron produces a hotspot, which is not nice to look at when you're filming. It's great for your eyes, but it's not good for video, you know.
Long beam.
So yeah, so it's a more throw. They call them throwers.
65 quid. So
Yeah.
it says 750-yard throw. That's quite far, isn't it?
But that's a throw, you see, and you don't really want to throw. When you're filming, you want a flood.
No, yeah,
You
I
want-
was just looking at the one you were looking at.
Yeah.
Just found
So
it.
I mean, it is bloody bright. I mean, you probably can't tell now with this in here, but because I've got the background thingy on. But I mean, I've got a lot of light in this room. There's a hell of a lot of light in this room already. I've got 2 big lights there and 2 lights above me. But you'll see, like, look at that. You know what I mean? I've got a lot of light in this room, folks. Trust me. You know, there's two big lights up there, and they're 120 watts equivalent. So I've got that big lamp up there, which is huge. If you look at the size of my hand against it, right, and I got another one just like that up there. So I got, I believe in lots of light because I don't like grain. So don't like to grain. Grain is bad. So yeah. But when you compare it to all those lights and you just go, right, oh, hang on, you can't do it. I'll do it again now. Hang on. You compare that to, let's have a look. This is like low mode, medium, high, and then turbo. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Shiny.
You know what I mean? It is quite bright. So trust me. Yeah. So there we go. Ray is silent, it's
good.
saying. Whoa,
I'm
what's
not
this?
silent.
Spoken,
Iron
apparently.
M5AXA donated £20. He said £10 for Portland and for coffee for what? No coffee for Steve or Ray because they wear masks and are gay. That rhymed as well. So well done for that. What was it? £10 for Portland
To
for
wear
coffee for
masks.
Matt, Steve, and Ray when you're next together. Okay. I shall.
Starbucks, here we come.
Here we go then. Yeah, that's it.
Decent coffee.
I'll make sure that we don't go on any explores for at least 3 months now, so I don't have to honour that agreement. But yeah, but yes, okay. Thank you very much for that, sir.
I think your Bane mask was a bit overkill though.
No, well, I don't. I'm not taking risks on that.
Do you want to live forever?
No, I
So
just
say
don't.
Matt's been doing it like 20 years. He's still there.
I've got
Yeah.
enough problems with my chest. I don't want any more.
Is that because he's playing games with his life, folks? Yeah, we better not push it.
Eddie says he's got the Olight Seeker 3.
Seeker 3. Is it a throw or is it a flood? If it's a throw, I slap you.
Yeah.
Seeker
As I was
3.
saying to you earlier, Matt, I don't throw ones. There's not really mega use for them, other than just scouting out long distance.
Yeah.
Things,
The thing with a thrower and a spot, like a searchlight spot, is that when you have a flood, it actually blinds all the dust around you in an arc, so you can't see into the distance. And even though I've got my huge torch, if I'm standing there holding it, you can't see a bloody thing in the distance, even though it's really powerful. But people standing 20 feet away, they're going, wow, look at that. The distance is lit up really well.
Yeah.
But if you stand there in front of you, it creates this haze zone. So having the pencil beam means you can hold it in your hand to the right and you will be able to see something in the distance. So it's actually good for spotting out things. But the moment you spotted out what you need, it goes back in your pocket because it's useless, you know? So let's find out, are they a throw? Is it a throw or flood? Right. Because the thing with True Night that really pisses me off is they don't just say flood or throw. They don't tell you. You have to go and watch review videos, and then you can say, "Oh, that's a throw. Oh, that's a flood," and they don't bloody say it. You know, they make you look. Oh, you can't just compare.
That's not a head torch, though. He's on about.
It's not. No, it's a 4,200 lumen, but it's got four LEDs. And they don't look like they've got long reflectors because they have to have a long reflector to become a throw. So it's probably a flood. But has he told us? Has he told us
Probably not.
what it is? Best Olight Seeker 2 is a flood, they're saying. And an Olight Seeker 3, all I got to do is watch a video and just fast forward through to the bits where they go in a field and you can immediately tell. No, it looks possibly a bit... It's got a bit of throw quality to it. Yeah. Yeah, it's a medium flood. I wouldn't class it as a wide flood. It's a medium flood. Yeah. I mean, like 10 to 20, 10 to 15 feet away, you have a big beam in front of you, you know. So, yeah. But I'll put it on the channel. I'll review it against the existing lights I've got because Through Night. The reason I bought this light is because Through Night wrote to me and said, "Do you want us to send you any torches for review?" And I said, "Oh." And the one they offered me was a bloody throw light, but it was a weak powered throw light. And I just said, "Nah, I'm a flood." So I sent him a list. I said, "Look, this one's a flood. This one's a flood. This one's a flood. Send me those, and I can give you glowing reports of how floody they are." You know, but if you're sending me a light that isn't really, you know, throws are for hunters. You know, they're for hunters and for searching out stuff. You know, in the distance, they're not really for filmers. So,
Scrinson says you should take a laser pen with you to point out more interesting things. If you get the Bovlov we've got, there's a built-in laser on it, so you can technically do that.
I have got
We're
a
testing.
laser in my bag. I've got a laser. I just never get it out. It's mostly there for emergencies. That's what I kept it there for, is emergencies. But I've also got a monster laser, which I shouldn't really put this on without eye protection. So let me
I
just...
saw that. Is that the one they took? No, you had that on your channel before, hadn't you? You showed that one off.
Yeah. But I shouldn't really put this on without eye protection, and I'm not sure where the eye protection is at this moment in time. Might be floating around here somewhere. Don't know. Anyway, yeah. If I use it, you've got to be careful because even sideways glancing at these things is bad. But yeah. So right. Let me get something, and I will show you. So something black. So this is my glasses. The thing that my glasses came in. Right. So if I do that, can you see the smoke coming off it? No, you can't.
No,
Can
because
you?
you're green screen.
Yeah, hang on then. Oh, yeah, it's burnt a bit of a hole in that. Right.
How much did that set you back, that one then?
Woo! That.
Dang.
That's not like you get a balloon will pop. This is actually cut through 3/4 of the material there. That's like nearly gone through the whole of the bloody material. So yeah, and the reason I put these on is because any type of glass or plastic will get rid of the beam to a certain degree. How much was that? That was only 60 quid, but it was from China. So you'd probably pay a bit more for that. But that's 1.5 watt laser. Not a 30 milliwatt, which is what a lot of these ones are. And that green one I keep in my kit is a 30 milliwatt. That's a 1,500 milliwatt. So you compare the big 30 milliwatts, like, wow, look at that in the sky and all that. You know, it's a 30 milliwatt. That's, what is that then? 100 times more powerful? It's 100 times more powerful than that. So you really got to be careful because the slightest quick glance across your eyes and you'll have a, you know.
Yeah, they go for miles, don't they, the beam? Miles and miles.
Yeah. So you got to be a bit careful. And even doing what I did then can be slightly dangerous because if I wasn't using a black surface and there was any type of reflection reflected back into the thing there, it can immediately damage the CMOS on cameras. So you've got to be careful. Yeah, Darth joking. 1.5 watt is a lot for a laser, isn't it? Yeah. I know. I've got big lasers, disco lasers and stuff, and they're 1.5 watts. But the thing is, they're spinning the beam so fast that you only get a fractional millisecond, like so it's okay, it's safe to do it, but yeah, you don't want it in a solid continual beam like that because it does get yeah. Jackie got her glasses on. I don't know where the glasses for it are actually. I'll have to dig them out. Don't know where they went. Where's the glasses then? Yeah, knocking around somewhere. Oh, I've got them. I've got them. Here's my laser safety goggles. What I should do is keep these all in the same container. Here's me laser safety goggles. Yeah. No.
You look cool now.
Yeah. It's like something out of the Flash, isn't it? But now
It's Captain Cold.
I can.
Well, you're just giving yourself a
I
shave.
still would do that with those on.
No, nor would I.
Yeah. I wouldn't do it with them off, I can tell you that.
Can you see the Eclipse with those on?
I can't see. I can't see. Oh. No, they're not that dark, to be honest. They're not that dark.
No.
But the thing with laser goggles, I can see where it's cut the laser. Look. Can you see that spot? That is from the laser. That just did that.
Shit.
Wow. That's what it's meant to do. It's meant to stop that happening to your eyeball, right? So anyone who thinks lasers are a joke, when you get to that power level, trust me, they aren't a joke, and they're not kids' toys. But unfortunately, anyone can buy that stuff and get it sent to them through the internet. So yeah.
Melissa said, "I've got one of them in green. 5 miles it goes."
Yeah,
you bought that when we come up north.
Yeah, I mean, I've got small ones which are 30 milliwatts and they're around, and they go at a massive distance. But yeah.
Next video, Matt learns Braille.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's what the plastic is designed to do. It's the fact that the plastic is slightly darkened. It basically takes the beam and burns away. So it goes and it burns, and it won't let it through beyond it, because that's a burnt out patch then on the laser safety goggles. That's what it's designed to do. Yeah. I mean, to be honest as well, I mean, I've seen like what was it, a 20 kilowatt laser? I've stood next to a 20 kilowatt laser, and it was cutting metal that thick, like butter. Dang. It was just going cutting through things like that, and I was like, Jesus Christ, have you got to have a license for this? And they said, yeah. And I said, what would happen if you took the head and pointed it at that wall there? And he said, well, take about several seconds, it would cut through the wall, then it would start cutting through the next wall, then it would start cutting through the next wall. And I was like, Jesus. But the trouble is, with these lasers like that, you can buy them, but they don't, the beam goes out, so it diverges away and it becomes less powerful. So what you have to do is you have to focus it at exactly the distance you want it to hit. So say you wanted to hit an aircraft and take an aircraft out of the sky, you've got to converge using a lens and measure and converge the point, bing, on the aircraft. And then you could cut the aircraft open in the sky with a laser. But, yeah. That's what the American Air Force do. Yeah. Anyway, right, so back on track about bunkers then. Right. Yeah, right. Back onto bunkers. Yeah, that's half the problem though. Is literally with these big lasers. This is the last I'll say on it. Is that that's half the problem, because they've got the big lasers. It's the fact that the beam just dissipates and they have to focus it onto the spot. That's the hardest thing. They have to range find and focus the beam before letting it pop, before letting it go. Like the real power. That's the thing. What wattage do they use at raves? Anything? Well, 1 watt. I've got 1.5 watt laser in there, 3-color laser, but they tend to use like up to 6 watts, and Glastonbury maybe up to 20 watts or something like that. But they got to be very careful, and they have to tell all the aircraft not to fly in that area and warn them, because the beams can still go outside the range of the area where they're doing the laser show. And if a pilot is going, oh, that looks quite interesting down there, oh fuck, because it could be like he's looking at it and all of a sudden, bang, one of the beams just gets him. It's like it is kind of dangerous. So when you're a pilot, you're kind of aware of this, and it's like, yeah, there's a laser show going on down there. I'm not looking at that. I'm just gonna kind of not look at all at that right now, because one little bim and your eyes will either be disabled for 20 minutes, or you could have some problems.
So bunkers.
Mm.
Where did we get to? We got to the rope ladder.
What are those bunkers? What are we on about bunkers? Right.
Rotor.
Somebody be down a bunker, is it? Right. Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah, you went down there.
Who's been doing that then? I'd call the police. I would tell the police. Yeah. Just reading the comments actually. Yeah.
I don't know why you guys were so surprised I leaped. Jumped on that concrete plinth.
No.
The bunker, do you remember?
Yeah, I wasn't surprised, but it's always funny seeing you doing it, because it's like da, and you've got
I did that HMS Forward, didn't I? In the grenade pit at the bottom of the stairs.
He's got long legs, but the thing is as well, he wears jeans, and jeans are not exactly well known. I was going to say they're not well known for letting you do the splits, are they, jeans? But
yeah, they're flexi jeans.
Oh, Jackie Green donated £5. Buy that dog Angel some treats. Okay, I will after putting petrol in my vehicle. Yes, buy some treats for the dog. She's actually had some tonight. She's got some schmackos, the long ones, the long strips. So, and she had half of my egg fried rice earlier on, so she's doing pretty well. Put it like this, she's doing pretty well when she's got like 3 full bags of stools when you go take her for a walk. When she's on the 3 bag, she's been doing well. It's normally 2 bags. So,
HMS Forward still open, I wonder, because it was last weekend because we drove past it, didn't we?
Yes, and somebody, I put it up on my channel. I put a little video on my on my Facebook. Sorry, and said, yeah, it's open, folks. Go and have a look. And then somebody wrote to me, and he said, it's because of people like you telling people that these places are open that it gets closed down and sealed, and I haven't even been there yet, and you've told people it's there. It's like, you haven't even been there yet. It's been on my fucking channel that it's open, right? What, you've got like 10,000 people have viewed that, and you're moaning about a Facebook post. Are you fucking... So I just block. Really? Block. Anybody who gives me this sort of shit these days, I haven't got time for it. I just fucking block. But the point is that some of the people who were appreciative of me telling them it was still open did say that they had been there within the last day or so, and it was still open. I think they said they were there last night. Let me just check for you.
Yeah, still open today.
Yeah. There we go. So still open. A lot of
people have said, why have you shown the entrance now to get in? But my opinion
wide open
is it's all the information is online, and it's right on a busy main road, so it's not like it's hidden away. It's in plain sight, so it's not really a secret.
Yeah.
But yeah, a few people in the chat saying they passed it today. It's open, so yeah, get down there, folks. If you've not seen it,
yeah. Just mind the smelly poo.
Just be careful in there. There's a few hidden holes.
Claire Garnett, she went there with her two dogs, and it looks like the dogs went in for a walk around, and she said, yeah, she could smell old pee.
It was that smelly crap that was outside the door.
Yeah.
Oh, that was horrible.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a weird one. That it was particularly odd smell, wasn't it? So it must have been Ray. Yeah. So is it the petrol prices increasing must be a real concern to the urbex community? Well, were we worried by COVID? Did it stop us going out? Not really.
No.
Increasing petrol prices? Well, yeah. I was trying to put an actual figure on it earlier on because it's gone from 152 up to 171 in a lot of garages. That's 20 pence per litre more. So if you say, well, all right then, let's times that by 5 for 5 litres, that's a quid. So every 5 litres I'm paying more by £1. So if I'm going to spend 40 quid, then I'm going to spend an extra fiver on fuel. It's not a hell of a lot. It's not going to stop us. But
When you think about it.
I did think this myself, I thought it's going to be hard to go out and explore. But when you actually do the math, it's only an extra fiver on a 40 quid's worth journey. Like, it's not bad, is it? You see, because we do things called math. We do the math.
We have
Even
economical
like
goals.
supermarket fuel's not really cheap anymore, is it?
Tesco's 1.55 at the moment when I filled up yesterday.
Well, the thing is, right, with fuel this expensive, I haven't checked, but veg oil, which does go in my car, only cost £1 a litre for veg oil. It's a lot cheaper.
There's nothing to say you can't do that.
No, it's not illegal.
It's just red diesel that's illegal in cars.
Yeah. But you watch now, because they've done this before. Petrol prices go up, or diesel prices go up, yeah? And suddenly, Lidl's is now putting 70 pence on a frigging, on top of
I saw that story.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Because everyone's going in and buying a bloody veg oil. It's like, well, make more veg oil, motherfuckers. It's like, give us more veg oil. Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
an electric car. Yeah, they only do like what,
It is
300 miles.
living it urban. My God. Somebody we don't see very often. Because he's always bloody abroad in Portugal these days. Do you speak English anymore? By the way, Luke, do you speak English? Do you?
Reckons he does.
Probably forgetting how to drive on our roads over here now, and you mate. Bloody hell.
Yeah, we drive on the left. That one.
Yeah. Dear. So 30 seconds later, we will get our response to that. But yeah, that's how long it takes for it to go through. But veg oil does veg oil work on a direct injection diesel? Well, most diesels are injection, so because they are by definition they're injection, and yeah, I have no problem with it at all. The only thing, yeah, Luke says I try to, yeah. Have you been having problems going round roundabouts and going round the wrong way? Yeah.
I do what the French do and stop on the roundabouts and let other people start.
I watched that on the Grand Tour. That makes no sense. They did
Sainsbury's
about the French, didn't they?
Was 172.9 in New Haven, yeah. Oh, hello, Melissa Jones just threw you a £5. Did you? What, in PayPal? Oh, did you? Yes. If you do it through PayPal, then you have to tell me. If you do it through Streamlabs, then it does come up and tell me. But thank you very much for that. God, you're being so kind to me. So it's offsetting the vast amount of money that I spent the other day. Oh my God, bloody hell! Do you know what? Some people have been sending some money through. Fucking hell. So about fucking 50 quid's worth of donations this evening. That's amazing. So that makes my life a bit easier. Thank you. Yeah, that you are going to enjoy it though. You are going to enjoy that. Shall I show him a sneaky? Shall I show him a sneaky bit of footage?
Don't, mate.
It'll probably have my address on it or something. It'll be like, I live at this, and I'm like, no. You don't think I should show him a sneaky bit of footage? They're not worth it.
Show him that picture you sent us.
What, of my knob?
Oh. There was nothing to see.
That was private. That was private, Ray. We weren't supposed to be talking about that. Yeah. Did you like it though? Did you like it?
I couldn't. There's not enough zoom on my phone.
Yeah.
It was a cold day.
It's just so impressive. Some people have reported that it's now burnt into their screen on their phones, and like they can always see it no matter what they're looking at. Screens. Yeah. Yeah. Hang on then. Why did I say that? I don't know. I'm just a child, really, aren't I? What am I looking for? I'm looking at it and I can't think what I'm looking at. Right.
I was on about the tunnel picture you sent me from that day.
Yes. Well, the thing is, I've put those 360 photos on the Facebook group. If you're not a member of the Facebook group, you can apply to become a member. You have to answer a few questions, which is basically like, are you going to take the piss out of Matt? No. That's the answer to that question. And the other one,
Stab him in the back.
yeah, are you going to fuck me over? Are you coming here to promote your own fucking channel's videos? You know what I mean? It's like, and you've got to answer all these questions correctly, then we'll let you in. So I'm not sure where the video is now, actually. Oh, here it is. I could give him a little sneaky. Aye, aye. Aye, aye. Squeaky chair.
Done.
Yeah.
Squeaky fucking chair. Should we give him a sneaky? I think we'd probably be all right to give him a sneaky. Why should we give him a sneaky?
Hey, Matt, they said, well done for donating your fund raised tonight to the Ukraine effort.
Yeah, that's right. So when did the Ukrainians donate to my channel? That's what I'd like to know. When did they ever donate to me?
Last Thursday, wasn't it?
Yeah. Look, I tell you all right. If any Ukrainians can make it as far as my house, right, I will take them into Weatherspoons and buy them a meal. All right. So if we can make it this far, I will take them out for a meal. How's that? And then we'll take it round to the person who made the sarcastic comments house and drop them off so they can go and live there, because they obviously have much more moralistic sort of intentions than me. Yeah. But yeah, I'm going to donate all of that, and I just spent all that money on doing a video for people, and then I'm going to give all the money that was donated to offset that to somebody else. Yeah. That's it. What do you reckon, boys? Should I just throw that money away? I've got £2,000. I've got £2,000 on my Visa card, like, you know, and £800 on my PayPal, you know, from doing explores. Maybe I deserve to give more. Maybe I should just max that credit card out and send all that money to Ukraine. Yeah. But thank you for sarcastically pointing out. So, but yeah, let's get on to this thing then. Right, let's I'll do a share the screen. I won't share the audio, right? I'll just share the picture. So let's do a little bit. Look, that's the way down. So, you know.
Look at that. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
It's a bit moist at the bottom.
So you can't hear the audio, lads, but they probably can. There we are. So I'll get you down, and look at that.
Wow.
You can get right down.
Let's get my bag then.
Shut up, you slag.
Yeah.
There's
So
my bag
there's my bag.
hanging in the air.
There's my bag.
It goes
Oh,
downhill.
Ray just hung your bag on
This
like
entrance way goes
little metal
downhill.
rod to the bunker.
Yeah.
What useful that was.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
It's amazing. Let me just see if I'm.
Well, there we are. I'm just gonna keep you hanging on that thread, and what we'll do, look, is I'll show you a little bit of drone footage, right, just to sort of like titillate you a bit, right. And I'm not going to tell you exactly what we're looking at, because you'll have to wait for the video. Because trust me, when you know what you're looking at here, you're looking at a lot more than you think you're looking at, right? So, yeah. That's old fortifications and the docks in the distance, but yeah, I actually flew all the way round. The prison and the moat, which there's a big sign saying it's under the Serious Organised Crime Act. If you fly a drone here, it's the Serious Organised Crime Act, and you will be prosecuted. And it's like, bollocks. You're gonna fucking prosecute me. I'd fucking love to see that. And it's like, so I fly it all the way around the island. So that's another prison, look. So I fly it around two prisons. So it's like, there's another prison. Why has an island got two bloody prisons on it? That's a bit extreme, isn't it? Who the frig do they think they are? Alcatraz? Right, anyway, so let's fly it. Oh, is that where the footage ends? I thought it was more than that. Oh well. So, That'll give people a little taste of what's to come. But trust me, when you see what's down that corridor, it gets very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. Very little tits being a fella. Okay. No titillations. Well, Have you tried putting like a suction plunger thing on your chest and just pulling it? Right. If you keep pulling it, you will end up with like temporary woman tits. You should try it.
Sounds like you're talking from experience, Matt.
No, no, I've seen people doing this sort of stuff on YouTube, and they
Oh, okay.
yeah, they do all sorts of things as well. They put things on other parts of their body, and they like do things, and they temporarily get extremely enlarged. Yeah. So yeah.
Get out.
So there is always hope for you, you know. Just identify as being a woman, and then you can pretend to be titillated. Then, you know, Daniel Alex says, "I don't. You don't have man boobies. No, but you're thin. You're a thin thing, aren't you? You're just like one of those anorexic children. That's what it is."
That was me, by the way.
Jimbo Savile is dead, thank goodness.
Just sent you a message.
Did you hear about that other Radio 1 DJ got done this week? I think we talked about this the other night, didn't we? There was some Radio 1 DJ got like 20 years for being a nonce.
No, I don't remember you talking about that.
No, not do I.
Gary Glitter live in Portland Prison. Is he in Portland Prison? That would be quite weird. I never thought of that. He's just like, I'm flying my drone, and in one of these rooms is Gary Glitter. I never thought of that. Now you've given me something to do on the voiceover now, look. I'd be like, here, in one of these rooms is Gary Glitter. Yeah, stick insect more like, yeah, that's right, Mr. Ullock. Well, you're better off staying that way. Oh, so what else have we got then about that bunker that we can think of talking about? We couldn't get to the. Oh no, this was the second. This was the one I went to. No, the one you went. We all went to. We could get up the steps.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more awkward in the one I went to because they've taken all the stairs away. All the stairs have gone. So.
Yeah, just trying to think what else there was on that bunker we went to. I think we covered most of it.
Well, there are security guards there. That's one thing worth telling people. I mean, you know, if you go there, expect to get, you know, collared. So you're going to need to sneak
that's
around.
what I was going to say. The only reason why we actually managed to get in there without being caught was, I don't know whether we caught it on camera or not, but when we spoke to them, they said they had a shortage of staff. So there was a gap between the daytime security staff and the nighttime security staff, and there was like a 2-hour window, and that was how we managed to get in without being seen. So they couldn't get anyone down till like, I don't know, 7 p.m. or something. So between 5 and 7, it was just security free. So yeah, we just got down there, didn't we? And we didn't know at the time. That was the reason. Because I was wondering where they were.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we thought that bloke who was in his car was.
Yeah, no, it wasn't though, was it? Well, we turned up actually when that car. I won't say what make it was, but there was a car sat there that we knew was security. I think someone told me, might have been Sean, that said what car it was.
But there were 3 security guards when we came up, so it just goes to show you, you know, it's if
timing,
you got to be, you know, watch out for them, you know, like don't just go straight there, you know, keep an eye out, be like sitting down on a chair somewhere and looking out and seeing where they are and what they're doing, and when they're walking away, that would be your time to try it, you know, but don't just go blasting up there and expecting to get away with it, because they could be sitting in the car watching you and they'll come straight out, you know. But if you catch them when they're going away or when they're walking somewhere where they can't see you, that's going to be your moment, you know. But you know, I'm not saying don't go, people, if it's open, but we don't know if it's open. You know, that's the thing, and it's very likely not open now.
Well,
Yeah.
Sean put in the chat earlier that it's 10 minutes from his work, so
Good. So we'll have an answer on that one then.
hopefully.
How long would it take for the concrete to set on that sort of scale?
2 days.
Yeah, that's
48
what I was
hours.
thinking. 2-3 days. They'd have to put like a tent up or something, stop the rain getting on it, or they'd just put a tarp over it.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm wondering what could they do, because the thing is about putting concrete, as they're talking about putting concrete down there, they would have to put, as they did with that piece above, they'd have to put little splints in, little splints. So they'd have to drill all on the sides, put splints, then put wood down, and then fill that with concrete. It's not as simple as it sounds. I mean, they do this sort of stuff a lot, but I mean, it's not as easy as it sounds to do. So maybe they are just weighing up. Have we got something that could just go in there and cover this up, where we're not going to have to spend money on a concrete lorry coming along, you know?
So there is technically, well, if there was potential for, well, people to own do the one they did when we went last weekend, the fuel bunker might even could be done the same, couldn't it? Technically, depends how they filled it.
It depends how deep they filled it. Yeah.
So I've been and looked at the north entrance of the fuel bunker, and it's backfilled at least 15 feet that I can see. You're going to be there months, years even.
I meant where we first went in.
That's not concrete though, is it, mate? Oh, the compound, yeah.
Mm.
But the thing with that is, actually, no, it is the same principle with the one we went to. But because we've been there, we know where the entrance is under the grass they've laid.
Yeah.
And we've got it GPS coordinates on it as well. So
you just need the right type of person up there again to dig it up.
But we've been and done it, haven't we?
I mean, the amount of effort you'd have to put in to kind of get in there for the benefit of, well, it's, you know, to see it with your own eyeballs. I mean, I think we've done a pretty good job of filming every corner of it. What else is there? You know, it's kind of like you're not going to see a hell of a lot more than has been filmed.
No,
you know, what I mean, we got bright cameras, 4K. You know,
maybe slightly better equipment.
It's gonna, shut up. Mine's brilliant. My equipment is top notch. Yeah, you didn't? No, I did. Yeah, you want to go back and film it now? You got gimbals. You have to. Well, you'll have to get better. You'll have to get better cameras then, not these bloody shitty iPhones.
Well, you see, Matt, we don't do all the expensive equipment. We don't wear Merc.
Oh, you're the purists, are you?
Yeah, we're the purists. We don't have all this. We don't do any fancy editing.
Prefer the 2010 phones.
Yeah. I've got a film camera. I just take stills. I got the 24 and the 36 film.
I got a camcorder in the car.
I got a pinhole camera. I got a pinhole camera. You just like you got to expose each frame of your video for 2 minutes and then just move a bit.
There's only really 4 of us that know what we're talking about. The 4th person being the troll.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, they've been a bit lazy tonight, haven't they? Where's all the trolls?
No, we've been blocking them.
No.
I sent you a message, by the way.
No. But the thing is, they were trying to get my PayPal, and I put that on block now, so I just don't get any messages from it anymore. So my phone hasn't gone once this evening. Shall I see if they've been trying to do anything? Because, like I said, you know, they're not always there, and if we do a long stream, they just can't be asked, you know, with all their trolling. So what have we got? Messages. That was the 9th of March was the last ones. Yeah, see, they're not here tonight. What's the matter? You know, can't get it together. Mind you, they did. The trolls did try writing to my web provider, where I've got some websites, and said, "Can you please close my websites down?" and sent it from a return address of my address. So the web company, of course, contact me and they say, "No, we don't do that. Who is this sending this? Is this you? You'll have to close it down yourself internally if you want to." And of course, I said, "Well, no, it's not me." So the thing is, they're sending letters out now, going, "Can you shut my service down, please? Can you shut it off? Can you get rid of?" Really, really? Oh boy.
And they're busy making accounts on Instagram for you as well.
Yeah, yeah. But it's not fucking working, is it, boys? It's not fucking working. Because none of these places are shutting me down or resetting my password or fuck all, are they? So it ain't fucking working, is it? Well done. These companies, what they don't realise is these companies have heard it all before. It's like somebody writing going, "Oh, can you please shut this down, please?" And they're like, "Well, why don't you log in and fucking do it yourself?" And they're like, because you can't, because it's not the person, is it? They're fucking stupid arseholes. Yeah. But we are dealing with people. We are dealing. Yeah, yeah, but we are dealing with people here who are going to be in court fairly soon. And when it's pointed out that since they've been doing all this for a year, then they've been told to stop it by the police 4 times. Then they've gone to court over it and pleaded not guilty, so it has to go to trial. And between pleading not guilty and the trial time, they've now been doing loads and loads of things, which I had a police officer here the other night. I had to sign a statement for the updated stuff they'd done. There were 15 things they'd done, which they'd done with their face or knowingly that it's them. I don't think a magistrate is going to really be very forgiving when, kind of like this person has had ample opportunity to stop and, now going to these extents of trying to get things shut down. And the big mistake they make, right? The big mistake they make is trying to write words because they can't spell for toffee, and that's what gives them up. So it's going to look really good, isn't it? With all this going before, like I say, I cannot imagine what the magistrates are going to say when all this is put before them. So there we go. Jackie Green, yes, this is Matt's PayPal. That is correct. Thank you. Taffy wants to sort my GoPro out. Well, all I'd say is just don't have your GoPro at anything above higher than 800 ISO, because if you do, the image just becomes fuzzy. It's just you can't even, it's not even recognizable as a proper image. It's just like the worst type of image you've ever seen. So, you've got to keep the ISO down below 800, and then that means you've got to have a lot of light. I mean, they do not work well in low light, GoPros. So,
I found my old GoPro the other day.
Is that the one that was on the drone crash a few years back?
Yeah, the original hero.
Yeah, we used to attach it to my old drone. It was like a knockoff DJI Phantom. Just clip underneath, and the drone sort of dropped out of the sky. I didn't realise, but on the Mavics, you can disable the props in flight, so you can kill the power and just let it fall. Which is good to know. I don't think I'd ever do that though.
Well, everyone's sending me messages now. Let me listen to what the message is in case it's something really important. Hang on. Where's everybody?
God.
I've got to unmute both. There you go. They'll have a stream now saying it's muted. Yeah, so I really don't think they're doing themselves any favours, but that's fine by me. If you want to create absolute holy hell for yourself in a court, then you just go right ahead. Because yeah. get the bottle of Stella's out. I can't actually because I've got to get up really early in the morning tomorrow, and I do not want to be like knackered out from the night before.
I won't say where you're going, but it's a bloody long drive you got tomorrow.
Yeah. God, everyone
That's
is
gonna
bloody
be
sending me
awful.
messages. They're all like 11, like
I
11,
didn't-
11.
I just
Bloody hell. Everybody's
11
just
what?
started.
Messages.
Why has everybody just started to send me messages now? They're not.
I've
There's
just sent
nothing.
you something funny, so
Oh, right. Okay. Okay.
That makes it all right.
Oh, shit. What's this then? Reaction video, folks.
watch his face.
Why would you film that and put that on the
You
internet?
done?
Check WhatsApp, Steve.
Why would you ever film that
Do I
and
need
put
to
that
mute
on the
this?
internet?
No, you don't need to mute it. You
The
don't
link
need to
doesn't
mute.
work.
It does for Matt.
Oh,
Yeah, it doesn't.
that's not. What's that, Kenny Gardner? You must be still over the limit, Matt. What, from when? From days ago?
Oh, wrong person.
Oh, you sent it to me again, right? Yeah,
You don't want that again, do you?
yeah. But God, well, I suppose we must be coming to the end of the show in a bit. What do you think, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I got to get up early in the morning. Got to
Nice
drop.
streaky bacon.
Yeah.
Streaky bacon.
It is going to be a mad one though, folks, because I got 4 locations. Well, that's 5. I got 4 locations that I want to hit, and
It doesn't work.
Well, it does if you drive to them and you get into them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna,
it sounds mental tomorrow.
yeah, you know, I'm just going to be amazed if I manage to do all 4. Right, I've looked at one of them, right, and this. Gee, they're bloody sending me more messages again. What is going on? Oh, I'll listen to them in a bit. So, yeah. Well, I've looked at one of them from Google Maps, and you can see there's a window open, but it's quite high up. But I can see that the building goes in steps, so it's going to be ladder up, ladder up, ladder up, in through window.
The other messaging me now.
Yeah. So it's going to be an interesting one. Your laugh is too funny.
Jesus Christ, man.
I mean, it's one thing.
Why?
Why put your face on and go like? Why not just like don't have your face on there after doing that?
Yeah, I know. Why would you? Oh.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
In case anybody wants to know what we're on about.
It's not good.
No, it's not a rope ladder.
It's not very good, really.
John, I'll send it to you. Hang on.
It's one of those things that makes you wish you weren't humans sometimes. You know, when you see stuff like that, it's like, really?
There you go,
Jesus.
John.
Oh.
At least I'm not the only one that thinks you sound like Muttley. Catch the pigeons, mate.
Right, we had a bit of a funny one the other night when we were in McDonald's, and I said something like, I was talking about dark images or something, and Ray said like, what is it, very very dark? And I went, yes, ultra dark, or is super dark, or something like that, right? And then they went like, there's a black bloke like standing there behind, like doing the cleaning or something, and I went, oh well, it's too late now, I've said it. And Ray just went fucking mental when I said it. It's like, fuck's sake.
He was
couldn't.
squeezing balloons, making shapes.
Yeah,
Poodles, wasn't he?
and he
He
after
gave
we
Matt a purple poodle.
after we after we insulted him like this, he probably didn't hear, you know. And I wasn't talking about black people anyway. I was talking about like super dark images, like, you know.
Eddie now wants me to send it to him. So there you go, Eddie. Enjoy.
Oh God, Bengal. It's nasty, isn't it? Yeah. It's not good.
It's not as bad as not as funny as the one where it's rolling on the floor.
Oh, God.
Rolling. You can't remember that video, can you, Matt?
I can't remember that. No.
Okay.
Shit. He's like, computer, get me the video of the thing rolling on the floor. It's like, okay, sir, it's in your favourite list. Yeah, that's right. It's number 1 in your top 10
The thing
playlist,
is, why
sir.
would you go all the effort to film that video and then have to clear that up?
Well, she probably didn't. She probably just like fucking walked away and left it.
Just wallpapered over it.
Yeah. I got to be honest. I mean, I would probably just walk away from that because I mean, you're not equipped to deal with it, are you? Like somebody has got the tools to deal with that. It's not nice, but I mean, it is somebody's job to have to deal with nasties. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you need a strong stomach to watch it? Not really. It's not gruesome, but
I mean, why would even somebody want to film themselves doing that and then put their face on it and go like, at the end of it, it's like, oh, Jesus. I mean, come on. You could like not be employed by people for being seen in that video like that. It would be like, no, I'm not employing you. You're that person from that video. That's the type of thing that just like ruins careers. Videos like that. Right. Has he sent me another one? Have you sent me another one? Oh, I see. It's that one, is it? Right. Okay.
send
Let's
it
have a
to
look
me
then.
as well. So on that.
Okay, reaction time again, folks, for what it is I do not know. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think I cried last time. I'm just turn this down.
It's all right. I don't think they can hear the music because my thing cleans up. Fucking hell. It's the end bit, innit? It's like, fucking hell. Well, I don't understand. Why would somebody like that... I mean, you know, we could describe this one, couldn't we? It's not so bad, right? It's this bloke who's got no arms and no legs. What do they call him? Quadriplegic or something, is it? Or is that quadriplegia? Or
I don't know.
when you haven't got arms and legs? So he's basically got no arms and legs. So, of course, he rolls around like, you know, he rolls around and it's like rolls like a sausage roll and rolls around the corner. And but right at the end, he sort of like rolls and then like goes whoop and flips himself straight up, and it's like, but he's got tables and shit like that in his house. Why doesn't he just have everything on the floor? Why wouldn't it would just be easier?
But he wouldn't trip, would he? So.
Because how is he going to get himself up on a chair to get himself near a table? That's just far too much fucking effort.
He wouldn't. Damn! I stabbed my toe, would he?
No.
They call him Nuggets. Well, no, they don't.
No arms and no legs. Yeah. Yeah, they heard the music. How did you hear the music? Sorry, that was a bit loud then, wasn't it?
It came out very loud.
Yeah, what was that? That was weird. How it came out so loud. I was just yawning and it must have come out super loud. Right,
No.
Okay.
The song came out really loud.
Really?
Hmm.
Oh.
Where's your microphone?
Oh,
Is it built into your headset.
Here.
Oh.
Sorry. Here. Maybe. Well, no, you guys should be on the same thing. No, you should. Well, it says it's supposed to cancel music. This.
It didn't
thing.
sound overly loud,
Yeah.
but it's probably just my audio.
Anyway, hello. I just saw Barry Little was in. I didn't even realise he was in, but he's never not in.
Barry.
So that's just just automatically assume Barry is always in because he always is.
God mod.
Yeah.
So, someone's offering to send me a case of 100 glow sticks free of charge. One of the people in this, someone called Ollie in the Discord server.
Yes, but then it's a wonderful offer, but then you would have to give them your address. La 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 la. Yeah. It'd be cheap for them because it'd be like, oh, we got his address really cheaply. Be fucking expensive for you. Yeah.
Oh, here
Well,
comes.
to be fair, he said happy to send them to you or someone that will pass them on to you.
Right. That's fair enough.
Yeah, no, fair play, mate. If you're watching.
You must be because he knew what we're talking about.
I've always thought about getting not a post office box because they're bullshit. Because, by the way, if anybody ever gets a post office box, you send £1 to the post office and they'll give you the address of the post office box where it goes to, the person it's registered to. Yeah,
Yeah,
so that's not
big
very good,
scam.
is it? So you have to have a private post box service, where you actually go in and collect your mail. That's the only safe way to do it because they'll keep your details private. Yeah, but that's going to cost money, and I just can't be arsed with it. I don't know whether I don't need people to send me things. It's one of those, isn't it? But anyway, so bunkers. Yeah, I'm probably not going to get round to editing that Portland one till next week because I'll probably be knackered on Sunday when I get back from all the Saturday, Sunday exploring I'm going to be doing with Mr. B-Face Computing. Will be there, and a friend of his as well will be there. So we're going to be going do some crazy shit, and then I'll be knackered probably for Monday. So maybe I'll start editing this stuff on Tuesday. So yeah. So hopefully we'll get it fairly soon. Get it up for you fairly soon. But the only trouble is I wanted to put a bit of space between doing Beachy Head and that one because they're almost the same, but there's a lot of different aspects to it and it's a lot more involved. The video. Oh dear. He didn't turn his mic off though, did he? He's like yeah. So I just thought it might be good to put a few videos in between that so that people kind of forget the memory of the Beachy Head one and then we do this one.
But yeah,
And
it
he's
was
back.
top one, the Beachy Head.
Yeah. So that's 3 good bunkers we've done
Good
lately.
stuff.
We did that
It's
one.
nice to do a Cold War one for a change. It's normally World War II, isn't it? But like
Yeah.
Matt said in his video, they're harder to come across and they're always locked up.
Well, I know another one which is probably pretty much untouched as well, and it's not a million miles away from you guys and where we were. So it's like in between, and I know there's
It's the one
one.
we were talking about, wasn't it? I think.
Might be because you're no, not the one where you lift a manhole, not that one. No,
Right, not that one.
no,
The other one.
no.
We need to have some conversations because there's definitely some more we could potentially do.
And I was quite saddened and shocked today because I had a phone call from a journalist who wanted to speak to me about the Bristol war rooms, and they are now all of that site that we went on where they had all those H block buildings, which were NHS and benefits office and all that. They were all these different things were housed in these buildings, and it had security because of those buildings. They're now empty. They moved out, and they're going to gut and completely flatten the whole site, but they cannot get rid of the bunker because it's a listed building. It's a grade 2 listed building. But guess what? Listed buildings are mostly only listed on the outside. It's the outside is listed, what you look at, yeah? Inside, do anything you like, yeah? So the problem is that now the people who own the site are wanting to gut out the inside and turn it into gymnasium or maybe a community hall or this or that and they've got all these ideas and plans to gut the inside. Now to me, I was horrified and they said, well, what's your opinion on that? I said, well, it's one of the only originally preserved war rooms that you don't have to do anything to it because a lot of them they've had to be brought back from like mold and crap. This one is practically intact and it's dry, and all you have to do is really clean it up and just turn it into a museum. And yeah, they were sort of somebody said postal boxes are expensive, sadly. Yeah, that's true. So all you have to do is clean it up, and it would then mean that it would be saved. But it depends whether or not they want to do that, because the people who are developing the site, I think they just want to quickly, get it through. Like, let's just gut the inside out and turn it into something else. And it's like, well, no, the outside of it is just a concrete block. It's the insides of it that make it very special. The outsides of it don't matter. I mean, they'll never change. That's nothing. I mean, you could drop a bomb on it and it would still look the same. You know what I mean? There's nothing happening there. It's the insides. And that's what I think needs to be appreciated. So when this article comes out in the Bristol newspaper that contacted me, hopefully some people are going to start going, ooh, hang on, because they've done their best to keep the planning for this quiet, like they kept the bunker when it was there. They kept the bunker's presence there quiet because they didn't want anyone going up there and having a look at it. And that's why hardly anyone knew it existed, because nobody had made a big feature out of it. And now, if something isn't done quickly to challenge them with what they're planning to do, then it's just going to get turned into something stupid inside there. It's going to be gutted out. And, I mean, that is so close to being the look and feel of the Battle of Britain Museum, the underground bunker in Uxbridge in London, which is amazing. If you have a look at that place, it's on my channel. If anyone wants to check it out, it's called Battle of Britain Bunker, and have a look at how cool that is. I mean, I could bring a video up and show you actually. Did you catch most of that, Steve or Ray? What's your thoughts on that then?
No, I don't.
Jesus,
No, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was going to say to you, actually. I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, but I noticed it with your channel the other day, Matt. YouTube unsubscribed me from your channel. I had to
Really?
resubscribe. Yeah. Because I hadn't seen any of your videos come through lately, and I wondered why.
That's weird.
So
Unless it's fat fingers, just pressed it without realising.
YouTube they are up to some weird shit, YouTube.
I think notifications don't seem to work nowadays.
no. I've hardly any notifications from anyone coming through unless it's on my Instagram or whatever like that.
Same with people said to me, like, they come in the premiere and they're like, oh, I didn't get a notification.
Battle of Britain Bunker, right, let's get that up. And also the Bristol War Rooms. Bristol War Rooms Full Explore. Right, okay, so we've got both videos now. So I've got them. Oh, what's going on there? So Bristol and Battle of Britain. So I'll bring it up very briefly then, and I'll show people what we're talking about. Where's Streamlabs gone? Right, so I'll bring it up on screen so you can have a look. Let's have a look. Share screen. I won't do the audio because it just makes life easier. Where am I? See, I just don't even know where I am now. Right, okay, there. Right, that's the Battle of Britain Bunker. Okay, and this has some amazing. Let me just get it back a bit. Has some amazing looks over into the control room, which is kind of like got a map there, and it's got these plexiglass windows, which are curved. As you can see, they're curved. Oops, what is it doing? Buffering. Yeah, see these plexiglass windows are curved here, so you don't get the reflections. And, you know, all of these types of rooms that overlook these plexiglass window rooms like this are basically the same type of design that you've got in the Bristol War Bunker. And all you've got to do is do a little bit of retrofitting to get these places looking pretty much like this Battle of Britain bunker does here, which is an amazing place, you know, and is a great museum attraction piece. And this is quite funny actually. If anybody hasn't seen the video, look at this. Controls for street lighting, right? Look at this, a button that says on and off. Can you imagine this, right? You're in a bunker, and to stop people bombing you during the war, you press off, and all the streetlights turn off in your borough, but stay on in somebody else's borough. So they go, oh look, there's streetlights down there. Bomb that, but they don't bomb the bit that you were in because you just pushed a big button that says off for all the streetlights in your borough. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that a crazy switch to have, in a bunker? Anyway, let's compare it with the Bristol War Rooms. Right, there we go. There's some of the same sorts of things. Look, the plexiglass overlooks. Okay, and there they are, the plexiglass overlooks. Same sort of thing. And these rooms could all be converted at very little cost into something that looks like the Battle of Britain Museum in London. And it could be Bristol's answer to that, and it wouldn't take much to do it at all. And the place is in incredibly good condition. It's not leaking, it's not damp, it's completely dry. And it would be an amazing opportunity to kind of to take care of that. I'm just seeing if we can get into the main room where the let's have a look where the main room is downstairs. I just scroll forward if I can find it. I mean, like, all the electrics are old-fashioned in there. There are all the old-fashioned electrics. Yeah. Alright. It's all kind of dry. It hasn't even rusted out. All the controls work and everything. It's all amazing.
Nice.
So let's bring you up. This is the main control room with things they write on the walls, and sort of like those boards that are counterweighted, so you can lift them up and down. Yeah, counterweighted boards. Lift them up and down. And you can see, I mean, they've got lights in these rooms as well. And I mean, this was created in the, I think this was in the 40s. So this predates even rotor bunkers, this war room.
Wow.
War planning. Let's just have a look around, because in this room they've got strange things like a little plinth. Look, that you stand on that and you're higher than everybody else in the room. There was like a step up somewhere for it as well, I think. So you like stand there and shout out orders to people in the room. Look at all the plexiglasses. There's plexiglasses in the lower floors and there's plexiglass in the upper floors. I mean, it has so much mystique and so much sort of atmosphere of kind of the wartime and what was going on around then. I think it would just be an absolute like travesty to just gut all this out and then turn it into like some boring bloody gym. Like they've got it, and the thing is as well, they're saying we could turn this into a gym, right? Have these people actually visited the site? Because it's on an industrial estate, and next to the building there is a massive 24-hour gym in a new prefab building. I mean, it's literally like, like a David Lloyd. And it's like, hey, we can turn this war rooms into a gym. It'll be amazing. We can have weights and an exercise bike. And it's like, have you people even visited the site? There's a bloody gym right next door to it. It's a 24-hour gym, subscription gym. Why would they want to gut this out for something crappy like a community centre or a, Anyway, so what are your thoughts on that, guys? What are your thoughts?
Looks pretty mint.
That looks mint, and them changing it to a gym is just taking the piss, really. Disrespectful.
So I see that was 2019. You published that.
Yeah. And the thing is, it is empty up there now. As far as I'm aware, there's probably no security. So just telling everybody in the channel, okay, right? There's no security there, and it might be possible to get in there right now, But it's just a case of somebody has to do something with this before they start gutting all those buildings, and the planners have got their planning permission. So nobody objected to any of their plans because nobody knew that the bloody place had closed down, and nobody knew that the planning was going in. It's like you can't object to something if you don't know about it. And this is how these people get away with this stuff, because it's all under the radar, you know? So, I mean, I will be objecting to it now. I'll be doing a retrospective objection for the upcoming planning, because they haven't really made any ideas. They're just going, oh, just bouncing a few ideas around, see what people think. And nobody objected to any of it. But it's lucky this newspaper picked up on it. And then they looked at my video and they went, oh, wow, that's something different, isn't it? And they want to gut this out, So, anyway, guys, you sound like you sound like I feel. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Long
Time
day.
you end that
Let
tomorrow, then.
let you go then, guys. Yeah, okay. Well, thanks for sort of staying on so long, and
It's all right. It's been a while, hasn't it? For all of us being on at the same time.
Yeah, as
yeah, yeah,
So,
not sure when the last time was, but I mean, you were on a couple of weeks ago with Matt, I think.
yeah. Into had to rush off because one of the kids woke up.
yeah.
But yeah. But
Mitch Seymour says it'd be a real loss of history if they rip this apart. And Ian M5AXA, he says someone who's lived in Brislington. Oh, there we are. He's lived in Brislington all his life. There you go. And that's the guy who was chatting to us earlier on. I'd love to see it developed into a museum. Well, there you go, mate. You live there. So you have a real right of say in this because you live on the doorstep to it. And you're the type of person that they need to hear from, because I'll be writing to them, but you live on the doorstep. They really need to hear from you. And I would say as well that you, as a local, if you say that you have an interest in this site, you should be able to gain access. They should be able to let you in because there's a security door. I think there's a security door for builders there. They should be able to let you in, and you should be able to have a look at this site, because you and the locals should put forward, like, we want to see what this is because we want to know what you're doing, and we want to get an angle on this as locals, because we've got a right to say, because it's part of our history and we live in the area. Okay, so there's a little tip for you, yeah? If you start sort of those cogs turning and letter writing, you could get to go and have a little explore in that place, and trust me, it's amazing. It's well worth it, well worth it. So there we go then. Right, well, I'll let these guys go, and we say thank you very much for everybody coming in tonight, and thank you very much for the donations. I can't believe how many people donated this evening. That was like crazy. That was mad. So thanks a lot, folks.
yes.
And we shall catch you all soon. What are you guys doing? Anything this weekend? I already know the answer to this, but I should ask before we go. Are you guys doing anything this weekend?
Just a quiet one for me.
Quiet one for me as well. Might go to the cinema tomorrow night. That's about it.
And you were going to go and see Spider-Man, wasn't it?
Yep.
Spider-Man.
Spidey.
Are you going to go? Are you going, Steve?
Yeah, I'm just trying to watch some of the earlier ones just to refresh and catch up before I see the new one. Because we're going to see it ages ago, but never got around to it. It's been out like 2 months now.
First week before Christmas it came out.
Speaking of cinema, when we got off air, which I need to, that's just reminded me of something.
Yes, it has. Yes.
Okay, well, you're making me want to leave even earlier than I have now. So yeah, right. Okay then, folks. Well, thanks for all your donations. Thanks for all your comments. Sorry, I'm as per usual. I only read like very few of them. But if there's anything you want to, if you didn't get an answer, email me. The email address me@thematthewwilliams.com is usually in the video descriptions at the bottom. So use that. And thanks very much for coming in. We'll see you all soon. And look forward to going out with these guys again soon. So yeah.
Someone says Spider-Man's on torrents, but I'd rather just pay a tenner, and it's a good experience on the big screen.
Yeah, you can't miss that film being on the big screen.
Some films I just want to see on a big screen with decent surround sound.
Yeah, unless you've got an absolute like proper quality 4K Blu-ray or something, you know, and you've got a good sound system in your house. You know, it is nice, but I don't like paying 11, 12 quid for a movie. I mean, 5, 6 quid, that's my max, and lucky my local Odeon is down to 6 quid now, so I don't mind it so much. But yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
It's
So
all about
hopefully,
the experience.
yeah, and taking your own popcorn and drinks because you're never going to pay like
Oh yeah, I
10.
always take my own drinks and
Yeah.
chocolate.
Well, you've got those Guinness crisps to eat tomorrow night, then, Steve.
Yeah.
Oh, I've already eaten 2 bags.
Yeah, I just don't get cinema food prices. It's like 3 quid for a bottle of water and 5 quid for, I don't know,
a bag of sweets.
popcorn or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's bullshit. I mean, I wrote to Odeon the other night because I mean, I always do. And I said, you guys said that you were going to be doing £5 tickets. And I went to a movie the other night and it was like 11, 12 quid as per usual. You're saying these things just to publicise it. And when you get there, it's bollocks, you know? And anyway, they've done it now. It's down to £5, but with they don't do the, they charge you 6 quid, but it includes the booking fee. Because the thing is, that it always used to piss me off. It would say £5, and when it goes total, it'd be like £6. I was like, no, it's £5. Yes,
Yeah,
booking
but
fee. Fuck that shit. So they've actually
Money
learned
maker.
their lesson now. They've learned their lesson. They just say it's £6. So when you total
Yeah.
it, it's like, and it includes the booking fee. Yes, guys. Because who likes to just get to the end and go, oh, by the way, here's a hidden little stinker on
Sounds
the
like
end.
American prices when they slap tax on at the end.
Yeah. So, well, good luck with that. Then I hope you enjoy yourself, and we shall catch you both soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds good. Thanks
Yes.
everyone in chat.
Yeah.
Okie doke.